Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rock-on Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, the latest on a shooting spree in southern Maine by a man who's no stranger to law enforcement.
Plus, we'll also meet Belfast's newest police officer who came to the country to realize a dream.
And we'll also hear what's being done to combat the invasion of brown-tail moths. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories coming up, but we're going to begin with a look at the forecast. Looks like a pretty nice day ahead. We'll even see some sunshine today, which will feel real nice.
After these past couple days, I think we'll all take it. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your loved ones. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. We do have an aerial flood advisory that's posted as a result of melting snow right about here and some rainfall we received recently as well. A lot of water that's accumulating in some of the lower lying areas, so be ready for a little bit of flooding that will take place at least until about 10 a.m. later this morning. We'll have to keep an eye on that to see how that goes. But otherwise, though, we're seeing a few returns on the radar this morning. Looks like a few flurries developing across parts of Canada. That might try to sink it to the northern parts of the state, but I think most of us today will be dry with a partly cloudy sky overall. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture here. So we're pretty quiet on neck of the woods, so we'll be quiet for the next few days, but a lot of activity off towards the midwestern U.S., though, where they're seeing a lot of showers and thunderstorms developing there. And even some snow in a few areas as well. But for us, our return for some rain showers will occur later into the weekend. So futurecast for today, not quite showing the snow all that well. We might see a few flurries at best, but otherwise, partly cloudy for us today, partly cloudy again later on tonight. And the wind, though, could get a little gusty today as well, mainly out of the northwest at around 10 to 25 miles per hour, but backing off as the day progresses on. And for your Friday, looking very calm as you do move forward. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. In general, partly to mostly cloudy sky, temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A man accused of going on a deadly shooting spree in southern Maine this week is expected to make his first court appearance today. 34-year-old Joshua Eaton is accused of murdering his parents and their friends and also shooting 3 people on I-295 as he attempted to flee. Turns out he had just been released from prison days before the violence. Our David Ledford brings us the latest.
A 34-year-old Bowdoin man is facing charges in connection with the killings of 4 people found dead in their home on Augusta Drive in Bowdoin. Joseph Eaton was identified and arrested by Maine State Police Tuesday. The victims have been identified as Robert and Patricia Eager and Eaton's parents, Cynthia and David Eaton. Police say a friend of the family discovered the bodies, and autopsies conducted at the chief medical examiner's office determined all 4 died of gunshot wounds. The deaths are being ruled as homicides. According to police, the killings are connected to shootings that took place nearby on the interstate in Yarmouth, which left 3 drivers injured and shut down a portion of the interstate for a time. One of those victims is in critical condition.
As horrible as this situation is, as tragic as this is, it seems to be an isolated incident and not part of a bigger problem, which I think is good news for the residents of Maine.
Eaton was only just released from Wyndham Correctional Facility on Friday, where he was serving a sentence for aggravated assault. In the aftermath of the shootings, locals say they are shocked that such a violent event took place so close to home.
It's incredible. This is Maine. This is not Philadelphia or New York. You know, why is this happening up here? Why would it happen up here? We need to control these guns. We need to do something on another, one way or the other.
Yarmouth police notified locals of the highway shootings through an emergency response program called Code Red and instructed them to shelter in place until it was deemed safe. Eaton was transported to Maine Medical Center for undisclosed medical reasons after being found in a wooded area near the exit 15 southbound on I-295 and was medically cleared. He reportedly confessed to both the Bowdoin killings and the shooting in Yarmouth when taken to the Portland Police Department, but he has not yet been charged for the shootings in Yarmouth. The investigation is ongoing. In Augusta, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Now, Eaton is currently being held at the Two Bridges jail in Wiscasset. He'll be arraigned at 10:30 this morning in Saginaw County Superior Court. Well, meanwhile, leaders from both political parties have issued statements in the wake of those shootings. Democratic Representative Vicky Dudera, who also serves as House Leader of the legislature's Gun Safety Caucus, said in a statement, quote, "The towns of Bowdoin and Yarmouth and our entire state are now part of the heartbreaking list of communities who have suffered a mass shooting. 165 in the U.S. so far this year. The sad truth is that Maine is not immune from gun violence, including firearm suicide or accidental shootings involving children. Right now, we grieve with the family and friends affected and support those who responded to the scene. But we should also take a hard look at whether our laws are adequate to protect both the public and law enforcement by keeping guns out of the hands of those who should not have them." Maine legislative Republicans also issued a statement saying, quote, "We are outraged by this senseless tragedy and extend our sincerest condolences to the victims and their families and loved ones. Incidents like this remind us of the depravity of some in our community who harm others, yet we're also heartened by the response of our communities to pull together in trying times such as these, and the bravery and quick actions of our first responders to bring a chaotic situation across multiple jurisdictions to a close and apprehend the suspect. As authorities seek answers as to why this happened, the question of how this happened is also just as important. Current federal and state laws should never have allowed a person with an extensive criminal history to obtain the firearm he used to commit these heinous acts. We look forward to our excellent law enforcement personnel providing us with those answers."
On Tuesday, members of the Brewer Police Department hosted a discussion focused on the concept of drug decriminalization in Maine. Law enforcement officials, prosecutors, and other stakeholders from Maine and Oregon joined the discussion and raised several concerns. This as bills related to drug addiction and treatment move through the Maine legislature. In November of 2020, the state of Oregon passed a referendum measure 110, called the Drug Addiction Treatment and Recovery Act. According to some law enforcement officials and prosecutors in Oregon, this measure leaves them unable to criminally pursue anyone caught with drugs, particularly dealers.
For the folks in Maine, when they created a Class E offense in Oregon, that was the equivalent of a civil offense in Maine. This was the equivalent of a civil offense that has no criminal applicabilities to it.
The only people who are happy about it are the drug dealers, and we can't even hold them accountable when they sell something they know is likely to kill another human being. We don't have a law in the books to punish dealers that sell substances that kill other human beings.
Officials in Oregon say they don't want to see laws like this come to Maine or any other state.
My advice to you is to synthesize a message and own it. Something like Measure 110 dismantled whole systems in Oregon without any concurrent planning of creating something that would help. You can't just legalize drugs and decimate a longstanding law enforcement response.
We are not prepared to have decriminalization. We don't have the treatment options in place. And I think that the information provided today is extremely eye-opening.
There are currently several bills being considered by committee in Maine to address the fentanyl crisis. Yesterday, we highlighted one bill that would increase penalties for those found guilty of trafficking fentanyl. Another proposed bill would allow the creation of overdose prevention centers across the state, giving drug users a safe place to consume drugs they obtained elsewhere.
A bill that could provide an alternative pathway to becoming a lawyer in the state of Maine has taken another step forward. LD 1352 would allow a person to study under a supervising attorney as a means to be eligible to take the Maine bar exam. On Tuesday, members of the Judiciary Committee voted ought to pass as amended on that bill. The vote at present is 8-5, with Republicans, Democrats, and the tribal representative all in support of the bill. Representative Adam Lee of Auburn, who is a lawyer himself, offered an amendment to the bill that would allow an individual to study under a supervising attorney for 4 years to then be eligible to take the Maine bar exam. The bill would maintain the requirement that incoming lawyers must still pass the Maine bar exam to practice here in Maine.
The Belfast Police Department swore in their newest recruit this week. Devin Dagnall met with him for his first day on the job.
I see Rommel as one of those police officers that when he walks downtown, he's just going to make everyone smile.
As of Tuesday evening, Rommel Carpuz is the newest officer to join the Belfast Police. After immigrating from the Philippines just over a year ago, Carpuz and his family settled in Bangor and then relocated to Belfast, where they were spotted by the Belfast Police Chief Bobby Cormier. And the rest is history.
Last summer, we met Chief Cormier in Casibo here in Belfast.
He asked me how I like being a police officer, and I said, it's a great job. You should consider it.
So I asked him if I can apply as a law enforcement officer.
And then he circled back to us like a few weeks later and said he was actually serious about applying to the department. And then last fall he made that commitment.
According to Cormier, Carpuz is the first of 3 new recruits expected to join Belfast Police, with the other 2 still at the academy. Cormier has been steadily pushing to boost the department's ranks since taking the helm last May. When asked why he decided to join law enforcement, Carpuz says he sees the work as an extension of his faith.
I've been serving God for my whole life, so I believe that while serving God, I believe that I can use this kind of attitude or character that I have to serve people, especially here in Belfast, to give them the protection that they need and they deserve.
In Belfast, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Congratulations to him. Well, the future of a controversial corridor through part of western Maine is now in the hands of a jury. The case could determine the future of CMP's transmission line, which was already partially constructed before voters put the project on hold back in 2021. CMP's parent company, Avangrid, argues it has vested rights because the project was already well underway. But attorneys for the state argue that Avangrid rushed construction in order to establish those vested rights, knowing voters might reject the project. The jury is expected to resume its deliberations this morning.
All right, the time now is 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear how the invasion of brown-tailed moths has impacted local towns and what's being done to fight them.
But first, another check of our weather forecast. Looks like a nice day ahead. It will be partly cloudy with highs up near 53 degrees, partly cloudy overnight with lows in the low 30s. Tomorrow, another partly cloudy day, even warmer for our Friday, a high right around 57.
Now is the time to consider taking care of your driveway or parking lot. With more than 25 years experience, Harvey Paving and Seal Coating specializes in asphalt maintenance. A fantastic way to extend the life of your asphalt is by taking care of it, and we will fill in all the cracks and seal coat afterwards. This leaves your driveway with a beautiful finish looking like new. Why not increase the curb appeal of your residential or commercial space? Give us a call today at Harvey Paving and Seal Coating for a free quote, 262-0154.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
Inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces,
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
we look forward to seeing your smiling faces.
Come check us out.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodock creates
the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system. With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt, we build stronger.
After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt family builds for your family.
For your family.
For your family.
Stand on the solid foundation of the Hewitt family.
Docks, pontoon legs, and boat lifts.
You work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
They're relentless! They're starting to feel extremely targeted!
That one really likes you! Animal Control, tonight on Fox.
Welcome to Talladega.
It's a 500-mile full-throttle party.
Big crap! My gosh!
Geico 500 at Talladega, Sunday on Fox.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, May 24th on Fox.
There's many things to look forward to as summer approaches: warm temperatures, nice walks, and beach days. However, the summer brings something else: brown-tailed moths. Our Matthew Duranza gives us a glimpse at what's being done to combat the brown-tailed moth infestation.
Ground Renovations owner Derek Lagasse specializes in tree and plant healthcare across Maine. He uses a microinfusion process to kill brown-tailed moth caterpillars before they can pose a harm.
The product gets injected into the trunk of the tree, taken up into its own transport system up into the leaves, and the caterpillars will come out as little tiny caterpillars out of the nests, and they'll chew on that first leaf tissue, and then they'll slowly diminish and die away as they come out to feed.
Lagasse says the invasive species is typically identified on Maine coast, but has made its way inland from latching onto cars.
Mount Hope Cemetery in Bangor is one of the areas that is being heavily hit by the brown-tailed moth invasion. Lagasse says he doesn't expect the situation to get better anytime soon.
I just see it spreading in other areas, really, from Camden all the way up here. There's a lot of hot spots in the state now. They say they're diminishing in places, but I think they're picking up in others.
As the pests continue to work its way inland, more communities are grappling with how to deal with the problem before it gets worse. Holden's town manager Benjamin Breadmore is working to do just that after browntails took over a few trees in his Veterans Memorial Park.
That's a place where folks can come, use the gazebo. We do hold a Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremony, which will be coming up soon for Memorial Day. And we just want to make sure that folks are enjoying our harmonious environment.
Lagasse says he is concerned over the effect browntails are having on the environment.
I am worried a little bit about that because those are our majestic trees, those large oaks we have here in Maine, and we'll do the best we can to protect those, I guess. Keep an eye on the situation and just keep working at it.
In Bangor, Matthew Duranza reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Organizers behind Sit Down Belfast are looking for additional help so visitors can do just that. Our Town Belfast is looking for artists and sponsors for the 6 chairs that they're adding to the Sit Down Belfast project, which began last year as a way to give people a seat to rest on while they explore the city during the summer months.
We have a really big hill that takes you up and down, and sometimes people need a rest. So last year we put 15 artist-designed and painted chairs out, sponsored by First National Bank and First National Wealth Management. They were wildly popular, and we're bringing back this year with 6 new chairs.
To apply, interested artists need to submit examples of their previous work to Our Town Belfast before April 24th. If you're interested in sponsoring or designing a chair yourself, you can visit ourtownbelfast.org. What a great way for artists to get their name out there, but also to beautify the city.
Absolutely.
And maybe even more importantly, give people a place to sit down and rest for a little bit. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Belfast downtown is on a hill, and I didn't realize it until she said it. But absolutely. I mean, if you want to go down to the water and then go back up to shop or have a snack, you might get a little winded.
It's tiring, especially for old fellas like me. You know, I need to take a sit every now and then.
Lounge and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, the time now is 8:18. After the break, we'll hear why people in Bangor can breathe easy, knowing the local air is among the cleanest in the nation.
Plus, the latest on 2 terrible shootings involving people who were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even more than 2, actually. Don't go away. We'll have the details after this.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only Candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine. Conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. And remember, between May and August, kids bowl for free. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
Nicole specializes in electrolysis, which is the only FDA-proven method for permanent hair removal, from eyebrows to toes and everything in between. Let her take care of your unwanted hair. Call 949-3098 to book an appointment.
Gunther defends the Intercontinental Championship against Xavier Woods. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
You ready?
Ready to go, Cap.
There is an inescapable fact about this city
911, what's your emergency?
that at any moment,
Police, come out with your hands up.
the whole place could burn.
911, all new Mondays on Fox. Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. The American Lung Association recognized Bangor as one of 7 cities in the nation on its cleanest cities list. According to the organization's State of the Air report, Bangor ranked among the cleanest metropolitan areas in the country for ozone and 24-hour particle pollution. Bangor was only outperformed in year-round particle pollution by cities in Hawaii, Wyoming, and North Carolina. American Lung Association's State Public Policy Assistant Vice President Lance Bushy says this is a win for the city, but other parts of the state could still need improvement.
It's something to celebrate. Bangor's days are great, but there's definitely work that can be done to improve air quality for all Mainers, but particularly those living with a lung health condition that gets exacerbated on high ozone days or when we see spikes in particle pollution.
Bushy went on to mention that Cumberland County struggled this year, dropping from an A letter grade last year to a C in ozone levels. The Portland area saw a small increase in the amount of high ozone days, but dropped from being ranked the 100th most polluted for ozone to 65th.
All right, well, the time now is 8:22.
Let's get a full look at our forecast with Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your loved ones. All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. An aerial flood advisory is posted right about in here, lasting till about 10 a.m. later this morning. The cause of that, melting snow and some rainfall we've received recently. A lot of water accumulating in the low-lying areas, so we'll need to watch this, so at least for a little while yet this morning, to see how it goes with the flooding that's occurring with the melting snow and the rainfall that we have received. The radar this morning, we're seeing a few returns on the radar, maybe a few snow flurries that might move through during the morning period, though. But in general, I do believe we'll be dry today and the next few days as well. Not until Sunday before I see our next turn for a little bit of precipitation with rain showers that'll begin to move in. We're watching this system here as well as tracking from the west going toward the east. That could give us that chance for some rain showers that will be developing soon for us over the weekend. But for now, showers and thunderstorms developing across parts of the Midwest this morning, so a little bit of a rude wake-up call for them this morning. But for us, so again, we're staying dry and we'll stay dry for the next few days. So futurecast moving forward, though, looking pretty decent out there. A partly cloudy sky today. Will be partly cloudy again later on tonight, and pretty much press repeat. Will be partly cloudy again for the daytime tomorrow. We'll have to wait until about Friday night and Saturday before you have to watch for a little bit more cloud cover that will begin to move in as we'll watch for our next system that will begin to approach. But the rainfall, though, doesn't quite show up until later on, especially as we head towards Sunday afternoon and then beyond. So here we are. We're going to stop this at about Sunday afternoon. Rain moving in from the west going toward the east, continuing into parts of Sunday night, and even into parts of Monday and Tuesday. This thing kind of stalls out for a bit with plenty of rainfall that will be moving in. So we may have to see if we may have to watch out for a little bit of flooding. I may try to develop with this and see how this might develop as well as this looks to stall out, though, as we head towards Sunday, Monday, and also into your Tuesday. Wave heights not too bad. 2 to 3 foot wave heights being noted out there this morning. So no small craft advisories in effect along the coastline at this time, as the wave heights is looking pretty good. Average high is 56 degrees. We'll reach for the 50s for the next few days, cooling off a bit Monday to Tuesday, back in the 50s again as we head towards your Wednesday. And of course, with all the warm temperatures in mind, the snow is melting as well, hence why that aerial flood advisory has been posted this morning. So your forecast for today, lower 50s, partly cloudy and breezy, northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. For tonight, 33 degrees, partly cloudy, northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, here we go, upper 50s, partly cloudy, looking pretty nice with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Maryland Monroe Spa's extended forecast through Saturday, at least we're dry, mostly cloudy, highs in the upper 50s. Sunday afternoon, rain moves in. That continues on a Sunday night and also into Monday. Temperatures cool off Monday into the upper 40s.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint chip with a rich fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery, from Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
On the next Last Man Standing.
Woodbridge High has upped their scoring average since adding female kicker Eve Baxter.
My daughter is a star football player.
The Baxters are famous.
Eve's in the paper, Dad's in a magazine. Sorry, did this whole family get a publicist and not tell me?
But Mandy's feeling left out.
You don't need a publicist. Aren't you mentioned in a lot of limericks? Joke's on you. I don't know what a limerick is.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Now to the series of wrong place shootings in America that have left 4 young people shot. In each one, the victim accidentally showed up at the wrong location. ABC's Lindsay Watts has new details this morning on these tragic cases.
This morning, a Texas cheerleader remains seriously injured after a simple mistake by a friend. Police say Peyton Washington and Heather Roth were in a parking lot following cheer practice when Roth opened a car she thought was hers and saw a man inside. She says she quickly went back to her friend's vehicle, but the man walked over as Roth tried to apologize.
He pulled out a gun and then he just started shooting at all of us.
Roth was grazed by a bullet, but Washington suffered serious injuries. The suspect now in custody. In upstate New York, another family in anguish after police say 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis was shot as she and a group of others drove up the wrong driveway looking for a friend's house.
My daughter was an honor student. She had hopes and dreams of becoming... She had hopes and dreams of becoming a marine biologist or a veterinarian, and this man took that away from us.
The homeowner, Kevin Monahan, pleading not guilty to murder charges. His lawyer says Monahan felt threatened as multiple vehicles were revving engines. It all comes after the shooting of Ralph Yarl. The 16-year-old in Kansas City, seen here smiling as he recovers at home, was shot twice after approaching the wrong house to pick up his brothers. The homeowner accused of shooting him also pleading not guilty. This series of shootings is putting new scrutiny on stand your ground laws.
The fact that Ralph was on his property begins the conversation around the Castle Doctrine. But that's not all, obviously. You need to do more because everyone who comes on your porch is not open season.
Ralph Yarl was shot in the head, and his lawyer said if the bullet went a fraction of an inch in another direction, he'd likely be dead. As for cheerleader Peyton Washington, she had her spleen removed and is said to be doing well this morning.
Florida has expanded its so-called Don't Say Gay law at the request of Governor Ron DeSantis. Lessons on sexual orientation and gender identity would not be allowed at any grade level. ABC's Andrea Fujii has more.
This morning, the Florida law critics dub the Don't Say Gay bill is expanding.
Gender ideology has no place in our K-12 school system, and we've made that very, very clear. It is wrong for a teacher to tell a student that they may have been born in the wrong body or that their gender is a choice.
Governor Ron DeSantis, a likely 2024 presidential candidate, was in South Carolina yesterday as Florida's Board of Education agreed to ban classroom instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in all grades except for health class.
Show the amendment approves.
The original legislation last year, called the Parental Rights in Education Law, affected only kindergarten through third grade. At the time, DeSantis appeared to emphasize it only applied to young children.
We're going to make sure that parents are able to send their kid to kindergarten without having some of this stuff injected into their school curriculum.
Expanding the law does not need DeSantis' approval, though the board made the move after he made the request. The board saying its vote reaffirms Florida's commitment to uphold parental rights and keep indoctrination out of our schools. Critics, especially from the LGBTQ community, are voicing concern that they or their children will be censured.
You cannot legislate these clothes off of my body, and you cannot legislate me out of the classroom.
Currently, Florida parents are allowed to sue school districts over violations, and teachers who violate the ban risk having their licenses revoked. As for that health class, the only place gender identity and sexual orientation can be taught, officials say parents can choose to opt their kids out of that class.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll get a glimpse of the solar eclipse that was visible in Australia during Thursday morning.
We'll also have a special guest to join us today to talk about why this is a holiday for some folks. Well, that and more when we come back.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Talk about fast. That's Fast Freddy on the job. And on his way to play the new Fast Play game, Main Cash Multiplier. There's a $10 game and a $20 game with progressive jackpots and other great prizes. Race over to your main lottery retailer today. There's no contest. Fast Freddy loves eating food fast. And he loves Main Lottery's new Fast Play games. Hunting for Hundreds is loaded with $100 prizes. Play match to win and you could win up to $20,000. Quick, head to your Main Lottery retailer today.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, April 20th, 2023. It's also Refresh Your Goals Day.
This national holiday is the perfect opportunity to reevaluate and focus on your personal goals. Refresh Your Goals Day reminds us to take action to renew and rejuvenate our health and wellness aspirations. Yesterday is the past, and today is an opportunity to take steps, no matter how small they might be, to improve your life and the world around you. And I like this day a lot because it's a reminder that you can backtrack on previous goals. You can say, no, that's not working for me anymore. Let me adapt.
Do something different.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's diet or you're trying to get better with your finances or whatever. Maybe you'll have one bad day where you didn't do very well. Well, today's the day you can just pick up where you left off and try again.
Yeah, anything. I like it.
Yeah. All right. On this day in history, back in 1902, Pierre and Marie Curie discovered, is it Mary?
I think it's Marie.
Marie, that's
Marie
right. Makes
Curie.
sense.
Yep.
I've heard it. It was in school.
I know. It's in the back of my mind just from
much,
elementary school. Yep.
Well, they discovered the radioactive element radium and then would go on to receive the Nobel Peace Prize in Physics. It's a huge discovery there. In 1912, Boston's Fenway Park hosted its first professional baseball game. In 1951, a human organ was surgically replaced for the first time when a Romanian surgeon used a section of stomach to bypass the esophagus. Think about how far they've come in just a short amount of time.
I know.
That was when they first did it. Now they're making ears and things out of artificial things.
Yeah, jaw transplant
So, yeah.
I heard about recently. And I'm
Crazy.
so thankful to live in this time, as with medical advancements being the way they are.
Yeah. And finally, in 1999, this one's not so nice. People throughout the nation were shocked when 15 people lost their lives during the Columbine High School massacre, an event that has sadly become almost a common event in today's world.
Right. Maybe not 15 people in one, but we are seeing
Right.
it. I mean, what did that story about the 4 accidental shootings say? I think 153. Or no, excuse me, it was the one that happened in Yarmouth. That's where we learned this information.
160 something, mass
So
shooting
far this
just
year.
this year. So
Right.
it seems like every other week, every other day,
Right.
there's something else. So.
Yeah, somewhere in the country. It's crazy. All right, moving on though. Today's birthdays include actress Shamar Moore from Criminal Minds. He's 52 today. Supermodel Miranda Kerr is 39. Actor Andy Serkis is 58. Didn't you say he's done Gollum?
Yeah, he played Gollum. He was like in the Hobbit movies, that kind of thing.
Right.
And a bunch of other things too. The list goes on and on. But
I
he's
think
one
it's
of these.
so interesting how I recognize him by his eyes, now
Right,
that you say
yeah.
he was Gollum, but it's cool that he's made money and gotten famous off of his acting, but he's not recognizable for this stuff.
Well,
It's
he's
so cool.
actually doing some things where you see his face now. So,
cool.
a little bit of everything, but he's
Cool.
really known for playing characters and things like
a
that.
lot of talent. Very
Pretty
cool. And finally, actor George Takei, who helped pilot the Enterprise through countless space battles, is 85 today.
He, of course, is Sulu from Star Trek.
Right.
All right, we're beaming up some better weather today.
Yeah,
You like that?
the sun's out.
Yeah.
Beaming. Okay.
Star Trek,
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Energized.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your loved ones. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. We do have an aerial flood advisory that's posted as a result of melting snow right about here and some rainfall we received recently as well. A lot of water that's accumulating in some of the lower lying areas, so be ready for a little bit of flooding that will take place at least until about 10 a.m. later this morning. We'll have to keep an eye on that to see how that goes. But otherwise, though, we're seeing a few returns on the radar this morning. Looks like a few flurries developing across parts of Canada that might try to sink it to the northern parts of the state, but I think most of us today will be dry with a partly cloudy sky overall. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture here. So we're pretty quiet on our neck of the woods, so we'll be quiet for the next few days, but a lot of activity off towards the midwestern U.S., though, where they're seeing a lot of showers and thunderstorms developing there, and even some snow in a few areas as well. But for us, our return for some rain showers will occur later into the weekend. So futurecast for today, not quite showing the snow all that well. We might see a few flurries at best, but otherwise partly cloudy for us today, partly cloudy again later on tonight. And the wind, though, could get a little gusty today as well, mainly out of the northwest at around 10 to 25 miles per hour, but backing off as the day progresses on. And for your Friday, looking very calm as you do move forward. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. In general, partly to mostly cloudy sky, temperatures at the 40s and 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, this one's kind of neat. Around 20,000 eclipse chasers gathered under a cloudless sky in the northwest Australian countryside to enjoy a rare total solar eclipse. The event plunged the region into darkness for about a minute late Thursday morning.
The remote tourist town with fewer than 3,000 residents was promoted as one of the best vantage points in Australia to see the eclipse. An international crowd had been gathering in the town of Exmouth for days, camping in tents and trailers.
It's only a minute long, but it really felt like a long time because it was like you could see it and it was just beautiful. And there's nothing else you can see which looks like that. It was just awesome and spectacular. And then you could also see Jupiter and you could see Mercury. And to be able to see those at the same time during the day, that's like even seeing Mercury at all is pretty rare. And so that was just awesome.
It was the best day in that guy's life.
I love his happiness and excitement at that.
Pretty
That
neat.
makes me happy. Well, the hybrid solar eclipse tracked from the Indian Ocean to the Pacific Ocean and was mostly over water. The lucky few people in its path either saw the darkness of a total eclipse or the ring of fire as the sun peeked from behind the new moon. Such celestial events happen about once every decade.
I really wish you could bottle up that excitement and, I'd like to be that excited every day.
Yeah, he was shaking.
So, yeah.
That's so cool. All right, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have our sports updates.
And a special guest will be talking about legalized marijuana.
Yeah.
This is like 420 day.
It's a weed holiday today.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll talk about that and maybe learn something. as Good Morning Maine continues.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Hi, I need new tires. Perfect timing. Right now, during our tire savings event, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for only $1.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Right? Can you imagine finding a tire for less?
Sorry, honey. Mama needs a tire.
No, definitely not.
No.
Let's get you those tires.
Okay.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Let's bring it. Wonderful. Oh, this show is so hot. Oh, we might actually explode. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. God, that was fun. So much fun.
True. Weekdays at 11 on Fox 22.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
We're coming up there!
See you never!
Gordon Ramsay does not do losing.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Be on Next Level Chef, baby. Next Level Chef, tonight on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start on the ice here. Bruins in Game 2 of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, looking to go up 2-0 over the Panthers. There is a familiar face in the Garden crowd, Joe Mazzulla, catching some hockey on Wednesday night. Bruins down 1 in the second period, short-handed here. Brad Marchand gets the steal and rips one top shelf past Alex Lyon. We are all tied at 1. Let's go to just 2 minutes later, though, and the tie would be broken. Eric Stahl gets it in the Bruins zone. He is going to beat Linus Ullmark. That's going to make it 2-1 now. Same score still in the second shot from Pavel Zacha. Tyler Bertuzzi in the perfect spot for the deflection. It is all tied now heading into the third, but 22 seconds into the third, and Florida would strike. Turnover for Charlie McAvoy. Sam Reinhart finds Brandon Montour. That makes it a 3-2 game. And then later in the third, it's Carter Verhaeghe from Matthew Tkachuk. That makes it a 4-2 game, and the series is tied at 1, heading to Florida. 6-3 is the final. All right, let's go to the Diamond now. Despite Maine baseball dropping their first conference game of the year on Sunday, first baseman Jeremiah Jenkins is once again the America East Player of the Week, and the sophomore's impact on the team stretches much farther than the Diamond. Ryan Sudol has the story.
These guys have bought into the process, literally bought into the process of just getting better every single day.
With the start that Maine baseball is having, much of the team has seen a career resurgence this year.
I think it's just, the metaphor of baseball. You just stay the course, you trust the process, good things will happen.
But perhaps none more than sophomore first baseman Jeremiah Jenkins, back-to-back America East Player of the Week.
My biggest goal was just improve from last year. I always want to improve from years prior. So to be one of the top players in the conference, I take it as an honor.
After batting a measly .289 in conference his freshman year, Jenkins is batting .488 in conference this year with 6 homers and 27 RBIs.
We thought he could be this type of dominant player. I think it just happened sooner than we all thought.
I get better watching him. Everyone gets better watching him. It's fun to play with a guy like that, and I do my job. I get on base. I know he's going to take care of it.
But just as notable as Jenkins' play is his positivity and light that shine in the clubhouse.
He is one of the best people I've ever met. He has an ability to light up a room in many ways. That's the coolest thing about Jeremiah is he's a really good baseball player, but he is such an outstanding human being. It is incredible.
And just like his efforts on the diamond, Being the team's ray of sunshine is nearly effortless.
I'm just a positive person. I don't like people being upset or nothing. I want everybody's laughing, having a good time. You know, springtime, we're playing baseball. I mean, what else? There's nothing to be upset about. We're just here having fun.
And while it may be a bit much for some,
He tries to give me a hug every morning. Sometimes I let him, sometimes I don't.
It makes his day. He won't ever tell you that, but trust me, it makes his day.
it's all part of the formula that has led the Black Bears to a 10-1 America East start.
When we're having fun, I mean, we're probably one of the most dangerous teams in the conference. That's just hands down.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. If you're around Maine baseball, you will never see Jerry Jenkins not smiling. Let's head down 95, and we'll stop at Husson University now. Eagles softball in action in a home doubleheader on Wednesday. The Owls from UMaine Presque Isle coming down to Bangor to play the red-hot Eagles. Both teams unbeaten in the NAC. Owls up 1 after 1, but McKenna Smith would settle in nicely. Gets the K to end the second. 15 of those on the day for the senior. And her counterpart, just as good, Haley Saylor. She's going to get Kenzie Dorr swinging here in the third. Owls would take their 1-0 lead late into the fifth. Dorr at the plate again. She's going to hit this one to short. Beat out the throw from short. Jess Pomerleau dashes to third. That throw to third is going to get away, and Pomerleau gets home. We are all tied at 1. So we go to extras now. Some free softball, and Saylor at the plate. Help yourself. Smashes a double into left in the top of the 8th. That's going to put the Owls up 2-1. She is pumped on second base. 2-2 now for Tegan Blackie. She is the hero, ladies and gentlemen. Ropes this ball into left field. Jill Bisson, who had 3 hits on the day, scores the winning run. Husson takes down the Owls 3-2. They also won 6-4 in Game 2. Let's stay on the diamond here. Nokomis Warriors softball in action, hosting the Lions from Belfast. Junior Mia Coots in the circle for Nokomis, and this one, she had it all working. She's going to sit down her first 2 hitters. They're just browsing, everybody, don't worry. And then she will get Natalie Hamlin swinging to end the first. Coots sat down the first 9 hitters she faced by way of the K. Second inning now. Nokomis at the dish here. Runner on third. Hope Brooks at the plate. Brooks is going to put this one on the ground. She'll take the fielder's choice or an infield hit, beating out that throw. That brings in a run, makes it 1-0. Next inning, Reagan King at third. Addison Hawthorne at the dish. She lasers this one up the middle. That makes the Warriors lead 4-0. They'd go on to take their season opener by a score of 11-1. All right, staying in Newport, over to some boys lacrosse now. The War Dogs in their home opener hosting John Bapp's second half. Crusaders up, looking to increase the lead. Dom King with it. He fires. That one's going to beat the goalie. Nice move there from the midfielder. War Dogs now with it. Dominic Kennedy gets it to Landon Roll. He's going to get it back from Roll. Puts this one in from close range, but the Crusaders came to play on Wednesday. King, he's going to get it again now, come around the net and fire. That is his second goal of the second half. Answers the War Dogs right back. And then Mama, there goes that man again. Nice sage from Gage Gross in net, but King follows his shot well, gets the ground ball, and puts it back in. Crusaders win 13-2. We'll have plenty of more action for you on Thursday. So the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can lease this Silverado for $399 a month.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good.
Oh, okay. I was going to say exactly that.
This spring,
Feeling great, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good, feeling great.
one show.
Metal.
Can. We got that! Is making it rain.
You're going home with $10,000 just like that.
25 words or less.
Best game show host.
Meredith Vieira.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Sam Feifel. He's the editor of Beer and Weed magazine. Sam, thanks for joining us this morning.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you're here to talk about today's 420.
It's true.
What does this mean?
Well, 420 is sort of a signifier in the cannabis industry.
Yep.
And I liken it to, there's that country song, It's 5 o'clock somewhere,
right?
So it's kind of a similar thing for whatever reason. It goes back to kids in California, high schoolers, whatever it is, they'd meet at 420 after school and smoke cannabis, right? And it just sort of took off, and I love it. There's a whole mythology to it, like, oh, there's 420 chemicals in cannabis. Total lie. Oh, that's 420 is the code for a drug bust, total lie.
Yeah.
But what it's become now is just sort of a chance to celebrate, right? And I sort of liken it to, it's like a combo package of Thanksgiving and the 4th of July, right? So, you don't have to give anybody any stuff. You just get together with your friends and have a good time and smoke some weed. But also there's an Independence Day quality to it where, someone like me, I've been advocating for legalization since, the late 80s.
Yeah.
I remember on the campus of the University of Vermont in 1992, we were hanging out on the lawn of the library smoking weed, and there's cops around, and oh no, we're going to get arrested. It's terrible.
And if you were to hang out on the lawn now in private-owned property still.
Yeah, I think the cops
somebody
have
else's
better
private
things
property
to do nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just been a sea change, right?
Yeah.
And it's also a time to remember, hey, there's 40,000 people who are still incarcerated right now because they use cannabis. And I think that's unfair, right? When we can walk down to a retail store and buy cannabis, there shouldn't be anybody in jail for smoking weed. That's ridiculous.
Hey, on that note too, you've brought up before, let's get away from the term marijuana, and you're using the word cannabis a lot. Can you explain why?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go back and look at the roots of why prohibitions of cannabis started, it's because, during the Mexican Civil War, there was a lot of people coming from the South into the, sort of still nascent United States in the early 1900s, and they started talking about the devil's weed, marijuana, and they really gave it that term to lend it this Mexican feel. Oh, those people from the South who are not white are coming up here and smoking their marijuana. And it's really a loaded term that's meant to sort of demonize something that, it's a plant that grows in the ground, right?
Gotcha.
You can have your decisions about when it's appropriate to use and all that sort of thing, but I think it's outrageous that we would arrest people and put them in jail for using a plant that grows in the ground. And using something like cannabis, it's a more scientific name and sort of gets us out of that era into, it's a mainstream thing.
Yeah.
But like anything, you do it too much, it could become a problem for some people.
Of course, absolutely.
Just to give you an idea of how much Mainers have embraced this, it wasn't too long ago, this would be unthinkable to have legal marijuana, cannabis here in the state of Maine. But according to the Maine Office of Cannabis Policy, recreational pot sales doubled in Maine last year. 159 million worth of cannabis products were sold. That's not just the stuff you smoke, it's the other things that people ingest or whatever.
They eat it, there's edibles, you can drink beverages now, concentrates.
You're seeing it more commonplace around everywhere you go, at parties or whatever, people go and do their thing.
Well, there's 3 dispensaries
we
right on
have
our
magazines now.
Yeah.
You
right,
know?
look at that, Big Poppy.
There's Big Poppy. Big Poppy, one of the biggest stars in the Northeast, has started his own cannabis business and is selling that.
Yeah, I was at a release party with David Ortiz last night celebrating his cannabis brand. And it's just amazing to think of, right? We're releasing a cannabis brand at the rooftop bar in Portland, Maine. It's the most normal thing in the world.
Wow. Yeah. So it looks like we are about out of time, but if people are interested in this magazine and learning more, where can they go online?
They can go to beerandweedmagazine.com. They can find us on Instagram, Beer and Weed Magazine, and Google works.
Awesome.
Yeah. And you talk about some of the microbrews and things like that around
Oh,
the
absolutely,
state too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Craft brewing is half of what we cover.
Cool. Sam, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Partake responsibly if that's where we're going today. We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig
Cool.
and Emma, thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your loved ones. All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. An aerial flood advisory is posted right about in here, lasting until about 10 a.m. later this morning. The cause of that, melting snow and some rainfall we've received recently. A lot of water accumulating in the low-lying areas, so we'll need to watch this, so at least for a little while yet this morning, to see how it goes with the flooding that's occurring with the melting snow and the rainfall that we have received. The radar this morning, we're seeing a few returns on the radar, maybe a few snow flurries that might move through during the morning period, though. But in general, I do believe we'll be dry today and the next few days as well. Not until Sunday before I see our next turn for a little bit of precipitation with rain showers that'll begin to move in. We're watching this system here as well as tracking from the west going toward the east. That could give us that chance for some rain showers that will be developing soon for us over the weekend. But for now, showers and thunderstorms developing across parts of the Midwest this morning, so a little bit of a rude wake-up call for them this morning. But for us, so again, we're staying dry and we'll stay dry for the next few days. So futurecast moving forward, though, looking pretty decent out there. A partly cloudy sky today. Will be partly cloudy again later on tonight, and pretty much press repeat. Will be partly cloudy again for the daytime tomorrow. We'll have to wait until about Friday night and Saturday before you have to watch for a little bit more cloud cover that will begin to move in as we'll watch for our next system that will begin to approach. But the rainfall, though, doesn't quite show up until later on, especially as we head towards Sunday afternoon and then beyond. So here we are. We're going to stop this at about Sunday afternoon. Rain moving in from the west going toward the east, continuing in the parts of Sunday night, and even in the parts of Monday and Tuesday. This thing kind of stalls out for a bit with plenty of rainfall that will be moving in. So we may have to see if we may have to watch out for a little bit of flooding. I may try to develop with this and see how this might develop as well as this looks to stall out, though, as we head towards Sunday, Monday, and also into your Tuesday. Wave heights not too bad. 2 to 3 foot wave heights being noted out there this morning. So no small craft advisories in effect along the coastline at this time, as the wave heights is looking pretty good. Average high is 56 degrees. We'll reach for the 50s for the next few days. Cooling off a bit Monday to Tuesday. Back in the 50s again as we head towards your Wednesday. And of course, with all the warm temperatures in mind, the snow is melting as well. Hence why that aerial flood advisory has been posted this morning. So your forecast for today, lower 50s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. For tonight, 33 degrees, partly cloudy. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, here we go. Upper 50s, partly cloudy. Looking pretty nice with the wind overall. Looking nice and calm. Marilyn Monroe Spa's extended forecast through Saturday, at least we're dry, mostly cloudy. Highs in the upper 50s. Sunday afternoon, rain moves in. That continues into Sunday night and also into Monday. Temperatures cool off Monday into the upper 40s.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Before and Bath Fitter. Before and Bath Fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bath Fitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
This is our latest hearing aid, packed with 20th century technology. Why beige? To blend in. Behind your ear. So it's almost invisible.
You mean like this?